Hi. Back to my story of how I started the apocalypse. So, well, basically, I started it when I was born, and became neighbors with the wonderful people next door. But let's start off. Let's start with. Let's go back to the talking. And how the obnoxious people just started talking crap about everything that I was doing. Take it. I was doing everything that I was doing for like 5 years. Plus everything I was doing here with my cows and my garden and my chickens and my goats. I was doing that for like 5 years prior to them moving in, right? So I had to have a full-time job to pay for all of it. Like most of the time I was working 60 hours a week at a full-time job in town just to pay for all of it. And then they had the audacity to move in and talk crap about what I was doing. I was working 12-hour days, paying for all of this. And I basically didn't have any help. Like, Dad would help feed the animals. That's it. Well, so, that caused a lot of frustration. So, I wanted to help them proceed to be quiet. I wanted them to be quiet because I was frustrated all the time. So I had a couple pew-pews. And I thought by doing a couple pews in the air, it would get them to shut up. But they just kept on escalating and escalating and escalating. I got a new job. Well, first, I'm not going to talk about that just yet. But then I got a new job, and I heard the kid ask, it's like, where's he working? Where's he working now? And then all of a sudden, after I hear him ask, where is he working now? I start getting followed. People from work starting I was working like second shift from 2 to midnight, right? So at midnight, I was getting followed out of town. And then, because I was getting followed out of town and stuff, and I tried confronting the people that were following me out of town, and they were calling me crazy, and they eventually got me fired from there, right? I told the HR, they got fired too. But nonetheless, the following never stopped. So, when I was when I was trying to get another job, I did eventually get another job, but the talking never stopped. And it was driving me insane, more and more insane every day. This is why they hacked into my computers. This is why I say that. Because they were talking. I've been hearing voices from the house. Like, it was coming from the house. But Mr. Epstein said, we can't prove anything, right? You can't prove anything. You can't prove anything. Because he's Mr. Epstein. And he started blackmailing Dad. So, anyways, here's the blackmailing and the talking and the pew-pews. And apparently because they've been recording everything, they told because of the pew-pews, they told the sheriff that I shot at him, which is a complete lie. And if you check the recordings, if they didn't doctor the recordings, it would clearly show that I never, pewed at them. So, but anyways, it's just a mess. I got another job. They got to them too. Because I got a job in town. I thought it was a safe place. But apparently they have control everywhere. And they got the people at work to gang stalk. And they've been gang stalking me for the past, 3 years now. But, so yeah. Eventually they got me to quit. They got me to quit that job too. And the talking never stopped. Like they were talking about everything that I was doing in my bedroom. They were talking about everything I was looking up online. They were talking about everything that I was watching on TV. They were talking about like everything. Everything about my entire life. Because they've been following me my entire life. So and the voices were clearly coming from that house. Yeah. Mr. Epstein says we can't prove anything. So, yeah, beautiful social media. So, in order to stop, I thought, because my sister lives in Arizona, so I thought if I were to go to Arizona, I could start over, right? But wonderful social media, I got followed all the way to Arizona. Like the hotels I stayed in a hotel in Shawnee, Oklahoma. And my neighbors were talking about me the whole time. And then I stayed in I stayed in a hotel in Arizona. And I heard them talking about me too. So I thought, but they got to my sister too. Because wonderful Mr. Epstein is friends with the Antichrist. And the Antichrist is in control of the 1/3. And the whole country is really in a bad state. And apparently the Antichrist wanted to make me an example of how powerful he can be. Wonderful Mr. Frank, the Antichrist. So, while I was staying in Arizona, the neighbors downstairs were monitoring me. I clearly heard them talking from the downstairs apartment. Clearly. I don't know what this, they have like an app that connects everyone, and everybody can hear everyone. And it's insane. I'm not familiar with the app because I don't like technology to begin with, right? That's why I'm not editing my videos, because I don't like technology. That's why I'm in my 150-year-old barn. Because I don't like technology. Wonderful social media. Connecting everyone. Yeah, my wanting my neighbors to be quiet turned into extorting dad, turned into dad suing them, turned into the Antichrist doing some sort of hacking. Like, it's all computer. It's science. I heard a girl when everything was going down, like the whole body control thing and like the possession. It's like, because we're in some sort of hypnosis where everyone can control our bodies. Like, I hear different voices, just like the voices have quieted down. And that's why I'm talking about it now. Because the voices have quieted down, have become quiet. But like, my bank account's still empty. So, the wonderful Antichrist over there, computer hacking supervillain, made some sort of app. And he has a sister. Like, a computer hacking supervillain has a sister. I call her Lilith. She's the demon woman that I heard talking for 2 years straight. She's not human. Like, she's a terrible creature. And she's either possessed by demons, she's something. evil. Just pure evil. She put everybody under hypnosis. And through this Truman Show computer app game thing, people can control our bodies. And apparently, they've scripted out my whole life for the next 15 years. It's a mess. So I don't even know if I'm doing this voluntarily or not. Because I have the Antichrist. Well, the Antichrist plus his 1/3 attacking me. So wonderful Mr. Epstein of Ohio, for my neighbor. It's wonderful. My mom and dad got so lucky buying this house 40 years ago and then having pretty much an Epstein family buy the farm next to us. It's a wonderful world we live in. They had over 100 acres. They had over 100 acres to themselves that surrounded our 5 acres. And he wanted our land. And he wanted our 3 acres. You have over 100 acres surrounding us. Leave us alone. Your family has probably close to 500 or more acres, all to yourselves. Leave us alone. Wonderful Ohio.